1.
Sustain.
Sustain.
Some scientists believe that the substances found on the planet can sustain life, yet others argue that its extreme temperature makes it unsuitable for people to live on.
Two.
Endure.
Endure.
Farmers have to endure the heat of the burning sun when they work in the fields all day long in the summertime.
Three.
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
Shelley has published a large number of novels. Therefore, she is undoubtedly a productive writer.
Four.
Employ.
Employ.
Since Linda has more than 10 years of experience in accounting, the company decided to employ her as the financial director. Employment.
Employment. Being affected by the trade war, the nation's economy has worsened in the past few months, and this situation leads to the lowest employment rate.
Employee.
Employee.
The labor union has been campaigning for employee rights, and they plan to launch a strike next month due to unreasonable working hours. Employer.
Employer. Employers should pay the labor insurance and health insurance, or they would face a heavy fine. Five.
Opposing.
Opposing.
It's hard for me to make peace with Sheldon because he and I have opposing views on many different issues. Oppose.
Oppose. Most of the local people were aware of the danger of radiation. Consequently, they opposed the construction of nuclear power plant.
Opponent.
Opponent.
After several rounds of intense fighting, the boxer punched his opponent right in the face, knocked him out, and won the match.
Six.
Reverse.
Reverse.
The advertisement released by the executive yuan aims to reverse the trend of lower voter participation. Reverse.
Reverse. Laura thought that she would be happier once she moved abroad, but in fact the reverse was true. Seven.
Contemplate.
Contemplate.
Enjoying living alone, Judy has never contemplated marrying.
Eight.
Immense.
Immense.
The family of the random murderer is facing immense pressure from the public, although they are innocent of the crime.
Nine.
Typically.
Typically.
Typically, the world-known singer's concert tickets will be sold out in just a few minutes. Typical.
Typical. A typical day for a professor teaching in a college includes classroom instruction and research work.
Hot dogs and hamburgers are typical American food. Massive.
Massive.
The super typhoon caused massive damage to the island, leaving hundreds of deaths and injuries behind it. Dose.
Dose.
It's reported that the man took a fatal dose of the drug and died. Torture.
Torture.
The marathon runner kept running on such a cold day, and in the meanwhile, he was under the great pain of headache, which must be torture for him. Torture.
Torture. Although the intelligence agent successfully stole the data, he was arrested and tortured into confessing.
Agony.
Agony.
After suffering a series of misfortunes, the woman sat against the wall, crying in agony. Witness.
Witness.
The woman claimed to have witnessed the car accident in the first place. Witness.
Witness. According to witnesses who just passed by the scene of the crime, the gunman was wearing a black baseball cap and a blue jacket.
Terminally.
Terminally.
Tom works as a volunteer in the hospital to take care of terminally ill patients and counsel their families. Terminal.
Terminal. Leo had a medical examination last week and was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer.
Burden.
Burden.
The mayor believes that the new policy will reduce the financial burden on people who want to buy their own houses. Considerable.
Considerable.
In recent decades, the research team has made considerable progress in the development of artificial intelligence, which boosted the productivity of traditional industry. Resource.
Resource.
That country is rich in natural resources. It has a lot of oil and clean water. Facility.
Facility.
The indoor sports facility is convenient to get to from my dorm, so I go there 3 times a week.
The apartment building has many leisure facilities, such as a heated pool and a gym.
Funding.
Funding.
To boost the film industry and tourism in Taiwan, the Ministry of Culture plans to provide funding for young directors to shoot movies or documentaries about local culture. Fund.
Fund. The organization set up a fund to support the education of disadvantaged children.
Fund.
Fund.
The advertising campaign is funded by many domestic companies to promote the beauty of Taiwan. Staff.
Staff.
It is a big company with a staff of over 1,000. Principle.
Principle.
Copying others' ideas is against my principles. I can assure you that all of my works are original.
23. Strain.
Lena had no choice but to find another job because her daughter's expensive medical bills put a strain on her finances. Strain.
Strain. Be careful when you take your bag from the top shelf, or you will strain the muscle of your arm.
Corrupt.
Corrupt.
Endowed with power and money, famous people and politicians are easily corrupted by power. Corrupt.
Corrupt. The corrupt officer was arrested for pocketing donated money from the earthquake relief.
Corruption.
Corruption.
Due to political corruption, the congressman was impeached and sentenced to 10 years in jail. Healer.
Healer.
The faith healer claims that he can cure sick people through prayers. Heal.
Heal. The doctor said it would take around 6 months for the broken bone to heal.
Extend.
Extend.
With the new surgical instrument, this surgery can be extended to patients who are pregnant.
The Inca Empire extended from present Colombia in the north to Chile in the south.
Extension.
Extension.
To deal with the traffic jams, the local government is planning to build an extension to the subway line. Extensive.
Extensive. The fire last night caused extensive damage to the historic building, which covered more than 10,000 acres.
Sacred.
Sacred.
According to their culture and beliefs, the woods are sacred to the local people. Sin.
Sin.
The young man confessed his sins to the priest and asked for forgiveness. Interference.
Interference.
The Prime Minister stated that he would not tolerate any kind of interference in the domestic affairs from other countries. Interfere.
Interfere. Penny's parents have never interfered in her decisions. Instead, they encourage her to pursue what she truly wants.
Issue.
Issue.
The column is devoted to environmental issues such as acid rain and water pollution. Dependent.
Dependent.
The island country's economy is heavily dependent on tourism because of its location and climate. Medication.
Medication. 2.
Intensive care unit.
Intensive care unit. 3.
Euthanasia.
Euthanasia. 4.
Point of view.
Point of view. 5.
Incurable.
Incurable. 6.
Coma.
Coma. 7.
Unbearable.
Unbearable. 8.
Legalize.
Legalize. 9.
Ethical.
Ethical. 10.
Physician.
Physician. 11.
Compassionately.
Compassionately.
Compassionate.
Compassionate. 1.
Let someone go.
Let someone go.
The police had to let the suspect go due to lack of evidence.
2.
Take someone off something.
Take someone off something.
The patient was taken off the medicine after suffering serious side effects.
3.
Go down.
Go down.
According to the user's complaint, the quality of the product has gone down recently.
4.
Use up something.
Use up something.
Although the worker was tired and sleepy, he couldn't take a day off because he had used up all his leave.
5.
With all one's heart.
With all one's heart.
Professor White devotes herself to the research on child language acquisition with all her heart, and she hopes she can find out how infants acquire languages in a bilingual family.
One.
Compassion.
Compassionate.
Passion.
Passionate.
Determine.
Determinate.
Fortune.
Fortunate.
Affection.
Affectionate.
Consider.
Considerate. 2.
Employ,
Employee,
train,
trainee,
absent,
absentee,
interview,
interviewee,
pay,
payee,
escape,
escapee.